Yannick Dubé is tied for the tournament goal-scoring lead with his teammate Rick Girard. Dubé scoring his 5th in the first period on the power play. Jason Allison scoring the other Canadian goal. Shots all even, 11 apiece. Second period, seconds away.
And the bad news is Canada's short, 1 minute and 3 seconds here while Bannister's still in the penalty box. We'll talk about why that is, because that's at odds with just about anything I've ever seen. Coincidental minors, plus one man in the box. You have a goal scored against you on the power play. It's always been my understanding, and I stand to be corrected, the man comes out of the box. Drew Bannister would. In this case, no. They're still short-handed.
And Janssen will carry it in along the boards. Janssen sizing up the situation around back of the net for Sundstrom. Davidson. Down low in the corner, Sundstrom under pressure. Gets it back. Sundstrom looking around. Nobody in front. Davidson. Janssen moved it back up into the corner for Sundstrom. Sundstrom runs into his own teammate, knocks Davidson to the ground. Carter there trying to chop it loose. Here's Lindgren dancing in front. Pulled to the backhand and couldn't maintain.
Paul Lindgren is so strong. He's so strong on the puck, as are so many of these Swedes, but he'd be the strongest.
Penalized player is back on. Teams all even up. Girard spins around, lost the puck. Here's Strome trying to come in. He's knocked down. Bannister up for Canada. Ahead to Girard. He'll chase it down in the corner against Eriksson as they bump. Dubé comes up to help the cause. Dubé squeezed along the boards. Puck squeezes out. There's Allison right there. He was all over the ice in the Swedish end in the first period. Allison again picks it up. Back of the net. Allison can't maintain control. Dubé going after it. He and Lundberg. Allison looking forward again. He's in front. Girard comes in. Loose puck right in the doorstep. Allison will gobble it up in the corner. Back to Tully. Centers it in front. That's knocked down, and the Swedes clear the zone. Rosen down the wing, cutting in. Rosen looking towards the front of the net. Across to Lundberg. He's tied up. Strome looking for it. Can't control. Hawkinson. Strome right in front after the rebound. Rosen took the initial shot, and Storr doing a good job to cover it up.
A dangerous rebound by Jamie Storr. Roger Rosen just fired a shot at the net. Jamie Storr has a tough time handling this one. See the rebound come right out, and all alone in front, the Swedish forward comes very close to picking up a loose puck. Swedes can turn the puck back up the ice so quickly. The man that's hauled down there by Allison is Lundberg. He's the man who started the play. Brent Tully took the shot back at the Swedish blue line. Lundberg picked it up in front of the net and turned it back up the ice and became part of the rush. So that's how quick they can turn it around on you.
Gerhardsen up in the face-off against Pekka. This is Stasjahar. Convery at the line. Uland is decked by Bowen, and the puck came outside the blue line. Offside is called. No penalty call.
A big hit, and that's encouraging from the Canadian point of view, because so often in Europe, the referees judge a penalty on whether or not how vicious or how hard the hit may be. And we've seen throughout this tournament penalties called for good, clean hits, of which that would be one right there. Was not a charge, was not an elbow, just a good old-fashioned good hit by Curtis Bowen, the Ottawa 67s.
And he was taken as Detroit's first pick in the draft, despite the fact that he missed most of last year, his draft year, recovering from shoulder surgery, just wear and tear. And he played the draft year with his shoulder popping in and out. He was drafted actually in '92, pardon me. He played his draft year with the shoulder popping in and out, had it repaired last year. Detroit hoping that shoulder will stay in place for a lot of years. Here's Pekka. Worked it across in front. Bowen shook loose but couldn't get to the puck. Convery couldn't get it either. Soderberg. Bumped by Pekka. Uland will come out. Edvin Uland, puck cleared in. Stasjahar up there along the board. That's knocked down. And Storr lets to keep the puck in play, unlike a lot of goalies who would freeze it in a situation like that. Bowen couldn't knock that down. Kenny Janssen given a bump by Bowen. Here's Johansson. Modin has one of the Swedish goals, and he will step up to the line. Shoots one, a bullet low and wide, and offside called on Sweden. Played 3:22 of the second period, and we are all tied up.
Everyone was doubting us right from the start. We had said from day one that our objective was gold and nothing less. And I think we all thrived off of the fact that nobody really gave us a chance. And we had a lot of character guys in our team. We might not have been the most skilled team, but we had a lot of guys who accepted their roles and played great in the tournament.
I'm Paul Romanek with Bob McKenzie at the Palace of Culture and Sport in Ostrava in the Czech Republic. And we are tied at 2 in the gold medal game of the 1994 World Junior Championship. Gendron for Canada in his own end, giving a bump. Hogman up there to scoop the loose puck. Johansson will clear it in. Modin try to get it back for Johansson. That's knocked down. Daniel Johansson. Hogman comes in. And the delayed offside, that's why he didn't touch the puck. He will just turn and retreat and nullify the offside. Gendron. Crisscrossing at the line. Gendron comes in. Up there with Botterill going for the front of the net. Scores! Martin Gendron scoring for Canada, and it's 3-2.
Well, the Swedes are guilty of some very sloppy defensive play here. Not marking Martin Gendron at all. He just blows around Anders Eriksson, the big Detroit draft pick, right there. Goes right by him, and you'll see the other, no support. At that point, somebody's got to come around and take that man. And everybody's so worried about the men in front of the net that they just let Martin Gendron walk out. And he's got a great nose for the net. A 70-plus goal scorer back-to-back years. He's heading back to the Hall Olympiques. But a good solo effort on what was really a high-risk play because he really ran the risk of overturning the puck at the Swedish blue line. Canada's favors dumping it in, although when they go in, they want to make sure they go wide and try to force that Swedish defense to be physical, which they're not.
Gendron gets the goal that comes at 4:11. And back in comes Mats Lindgren for Sweden. Tried to poke it in front there, had Davidsson closing in on goal. Carter gets it up to the line. Bouchard. Up to Gavey. Harvey is away. Harvey up there with Carter and Gavey. Bannister up there too. That's broken up. Back comes Lindgren. 3-on-2. Lindgren in over the blue line. Dropped it back. Puck fired just wide. Lindgren after it. Davidson was in front. He couldn't get it to him. Eriksson poking at it to keep it in. Gavey along the boards. Here's Bouchard. Up to Harvey. Lundberg watching him, but Harvey gets it down the ice.
Paul, Canada has to be very careful. Now they're trying to carry the puck over the blue line. They almost got burned there on a turnover at the Swedish blue line. That's the worst possible strategy right now for Canada. Still try and get that puck deep in the zone.
McCabe cocked it up and Rosen steered it towards the front of the goal. Nobody was there. Turnstrom up along the boards. Rosen looking for Storm. That's knocked away. Ullin moving up from the point. Ullin still with the puck. Has Hawkinson in front. This is Strome. Strome looking in front of the goal. Centered it. Turnstrom just missed. There's a shot low and wide. Turnstrom came bolting in from the point to take the feed. Rosen couldn't knock it down. Bumps with Girard. Hawkinson after it. Out to Strome. Rosen and Strome couldn't work it in. McCabe up to Dubé. He just let it go. It opens up for Allison. Here he comes. Couldn't get the shot on goal. Allison came rumbling in. Soderberg storming back the other way. He's pulled down, and a penalty coming up against Canada. Puck just fired wide on the follow-up by Gerhardsen. Gerhardsen after it along the board. Gerhardsen chopping at it. Soderberg up there too. And play is called. Sweden will go on the power play. Moments after a great chance for Jason Allison.
Well, Canada was very happy when they heard that Ingman was going to be the referee. He was the referee the other night when Canada played the Czech Republic, and what they liked about him was the fact that they lowered the boom on the Czech sometimes. Big open ice hits, no penalties called. He wasn't going by the sound of the impact as a lot of European refs do.
And no chance for Canada to work with a North American official. Obviously, they would never get a Canadian referee. And the U.S. referee was injured during a morning shinny game, actually, and he went down early in the tournament.
Yeah, and it's an interesting story about that. He was knocked down by the Swedish linesman who claimed to his friends that the American referee called him Chicken Swede in a game of pickup hockey in the morning. Didn't appreciate it. I don't think you'll see Team Canada making the same mistake. Certainly a lot of emotion between these two teams. There's also a lot of respect. Last thing in the world, Canada. The old days, they used to not respect their opposition. They'd have a tough time in international competition. Last year, the Swedes did not respect Canada, and the Swedes lost the game against Canada precisely because of that. I think both countries have learned their lessons in terms of taking somebody else lightly and thinking they've got the market cornered on how the game of hockey is played.
Nicholas Sundstrom scored a couple of goals in that game last year. Sweden lost it 5-4. Interesting story there with this player, Roger Rosen, a real late bloomer. Had never been exposed to the national program before last year when he surprised everyone and made the team. And here he is back with the national junior team for the second year in a row. Plays with Mora, but nobody's drafted him yet.
One of the reasons this Swedish team is as strong as it is, 6 players back from last year and 6 key players. No other team in the tournament can make that claim. The Finns had 6 players back, but they weren't quite as many impact players as Team Sweden has.
Sweden would like a little impact on this power play, which has 18 seconds remaining. Hagman trying to pick his way through. Puck fired in, scored a save. Hagman looking for the rebound. Good low shot by Johansson as he cut through the slot to test Storr. 5 seconds to go in the man advantage for Sweden. Modin flips it up. Hagman spun around. Teams are back at even strength. Tornstrom back into the corner. That's Gavey up there forechecking for Canada. Not able to get to it that time. Modin coming up. Hagman is held up as he tries to come in. Tornstrom with a poke at it. Gets it down into the corner. Modin stepping back there. Hagman up there to join him. They're both back of the net now. And Bowen coming away for Canada. Works it up to center. Lundberg. This is Harvey. Long rising shot picked down by Peter Olsen. Eriksson will start out. Anders Eriksson gets it outside the line, and McCabe fires it right back inside the line for Canada. Lundgren again. Pekka up there to watch him. This is Lindgren. Given a bump by Botterill. Pekka centers. Convery shoots. Big chance for Convery. Davidson in over the blue line. Gets to the outside and couldn't get outside on Tully. Lundberg. This is Witt down in the corner. Davidson watching him. Lindgren working it around. Lindgren still trying to drop it down low. Sundstrom is up there, number 24, trying to get loose, but Pekka breaks it up for Canada. He's checked by Sundstrom. Eriksson moving in from the point to play it. Sundstrom back in the net. Lindgren is in front. Sundstrom centers it. Lindgren almost tipped that. He managed to get his stick free, but couldn't get it on the puck. Eriksson keeps it in momentarily. Tully will make sure it gets out this time.
Well, Canada having a tough time getting the puck out of their own end, but their defensive zone coverage very good, one-on-one.
Here's Sundstrom, and one-on-one against Witt. He can't beat him. Exactly what you were talking about, and back behind the play. I guess that's what you call finishing the check, because Witt really tied up with Sundstrom. We're halfway through this game, coming up at the conclusion of the game, the TSN Turning Point. Brought to you this afternoon by the Mutual Group.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Canadian defenseman Brendan Witt, a real tough customer from the Seattle Thunderbirds, puts the big collar on Nicholas Sundstrom, hauls him down, and then they wrestled there and got right into it. And I can't believe this, but Nicholas Sundstrom is the one getting the penalty, not Brendan Witt. Brendan Witt hauled Nicholas Sundstrom down, It's a Washington Capital first rounder taking down a New York Ranger first rounder. Maybe a preview of something we'll see in the Atlantic Division in years to come. And Coach Tommy Tom can't be too happy as Kenny Jonsson, the captain of the Swedish team, checks with Jyrki Ingemann to get the rationale for that one. It was actually, there was no play on that, no penalty on that play. It was after the fact when Witt tried to break free. Sundstrom had his arms all wrapped around Witt and wrestled him to the ice. But if anything, you would have figured it would be coincidental minors. A real break here for Canada on a call that went their way that certainly didn't look like a penalty at all to me.
So a bit of a break for Canada in terms of the call. See if they can capitalize on it on the power play. Allison moving up. Here's Allison. Dubé and Gendron closing in. Allison back of the net to Gendron. Trying to get it out in front. Nobody was there, and the puck is cleared. 1 minute and 30 seconds still to go on the power play for Canada.
Allison's confidence level is just phenomenal right now. Every time he picks up the puck, he feels as though he can go right to the net and do whatever he wants. And for a good part of this game, he's been able to do that, scoring a highlight film goal in the first period.
Stajduhar up to Pekka, up to Gendron. Allison trailing. Dubé's there too. Here's Dubé, knocked away from him. And Modin gets it to the line, but not out. Dubé couldn't corral that. Daniel Johansson gets to it. Allison right on top of him. Allison and Gendron both working along the boards. There's Dubé coming into the picture too. Gendron tied up by Johansson. Allison works it out. Pekka moves up to commit himself, and it paid off. Dubé to Allison, stepping in front. Big crowd down in front of the goal, and the puck underneath that pile somewhere. And Kenny Jonsson showing a bit of fires. He stands up for his goaltender, and Allison right in the thick of things too.
Yannick Dubé was the guy who was doing most of the damage down there. He's not very big at all. Mixing it up in front of the net. Dubé was furious with whatever happened in that scrum. There's definitely going to be some penalties here. We'll find out in a second whether they come out even. Watch Jason Allison parked off to the side of the net. You tell me if this looks like Dave Andreychuk for the Toronto Maple Leafs coming out, trying that play to the far post. I feel like I'm back at Maple Leaf Gardens watching that one. You see the loose puck there. Dubé fishing for it. You'll see he gets his stick up on Jonsson. Jonsson takes exception to that. Drills Dubé.
Well, we've seen them before, but in the big game, let's take one more look at what Canada likes to look to for motivation. These signs have been up all week long in their dressing room, and that is the one right over the door as they head out to the ice.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
And the guy who does wear work boots, Jason Allison. Gets his hands dirty, but he's got great hands too around the net. Played a couple of years with the London Knights.
So I guess the other side of that is if you want to leave handprints in the sand, then wear work gloves.
I guess so.
Anyways, Pekka clears it in for Canada. 37 seconds to go on the power play. Pekka along the board, zips it across. Here's Stajduhar shooting. Pekka moving up there after it. Jonsson right up the middle and down the ice to relieve the pressure. 18 seconds to go on the man advantage for Canada. Pekka under some pressure, able to steer it out. Gavey comes in over the blue line. Stajduhar's up there, so is Girard. Stajduhar way up to join the rush. Teams back at even strength. Bouchard shoots. Harvey going after it. Harvey to Girard, stepping out. Girard pivots, backhand shot, rebound to side, they score! Todd Harvey and Aaron Gavey right in front. We'll see who gets credit, but it's Canada up 4-2.
Good work down low at the tail end of that power play. That's where Canada wants to play the game, up against the boards and in the corners, and they dominated there. Todd Harvey right off to the side of the net. You see the puck rimmed around the boards. Coming out, Todd Harvey tries to get Rick Girard tries to get a shot at it, backhands it, surprise the goaltender, and then Todd Harvey fishes it out rather Aaron Gavey fishes it out and tucks it by. Good work by Rick Girard, and a shot that really surprised Olsen a little bit. And just really a fluke goal off of Gavey. Didn't know whether it went in off his stick or off his skate. But at this point, a timeout has been called by the Swedish coach, Tommy Thompson.
Gavey with the goal. 12:26 the time, and Canada is up 42. You're watching the World Junior Championship gold medal game.
Well, a good 2-on-1 opportunity for Brandon Convery and Michael Pekka. Convery comes in, shoots, gets a shot away, and very close to being a goal.
Ullin trying to come out. That draws a gasp from the crowd. Ullin shoots one, and that is tipped by Telle up over the glass and into the netting. Actually, check that. It was in store.
Right after Brandon Convery and Michael Pekka went down on that 2-on-1, puck came back to the point to Drew Bannister, and he's able to get a good shot away. And Canada didn't get one shot, didn't get two shots on the rebound. Right here, watch this. Bannister makes a nice shot. The Canadian gets dumped in front. There's the first shot, and there's the second shot. Great opportunity for Curtis Bowen and Michael Pekka. Canada keeps directing that puck at the Swedish net. Positive things are going to happen.
Ullin trying to blast it through right off the drop. Here comes Karnstrom. Shoots one. Store the save. Nobody there for the rebound. Ullin shifting into the corner. Working up there with Modine. Ullin forced off the puck by Witt. Just cruised in there to step into him. Allison and Girard come away, and play is called.
Paul, the Swedish defensemen are now guilty of pinching in and getting caught a little bit, and those are the kind of chances you start to take when you're 2 goals down.
And there is the backup goaltender for this game. Emmanuel Fernandez had been the starting goaltender for 3 games after Jamie Storr had been lifted after what some thought was a substandard performance against the Russians in a tie.
A good save by Jamie Storr on a very difficult shot. Most of the shots from the Swedes have been from a long distance out, but some of them have been hard to handle. Thought Storr was fighting the puck just a little bit earlier on, but so far so good. The goals that have been scored, you can't really fault them on.
Johnson sends it back up against the flow. Davidson up to the line. Trying to eke his way through there. The puck gets through. He does not. Storr out to play it. Johnson at the line. Tried to get it down low, but it bounced off of Carter, and Johnson has to wait for his teammates to clear the zone. Bannister now. Davidson watching him. This is Gavey. Up to the line. Canada on a line change, so Gavey's going to have to hold the fort for a few moments. Here come the reinforcements. Botterill gets out there. Gendra up there to help out as well. Can't get the puck. McCabe shoots it back in for Canada. Erickson. This is McCabe now for Canada. Has to wait for Botterill to get out. Delayed offside is waved. Erickson just feathering it off the boards up the center. Stash to Hart, banks it right back in. Murray moving up there to forecheck with Botterill. Here's Murray stealing the puck. Gets it in front, and Botterill overskated it. Johansson starting back out. Johansson up to the line there with Strome and Rosen. That's broken up.
Well, right now the Swedes are totally disorganized in their breakout attempts here, and that's without very much pressure at all.
Here's Convery. Comes up there with Bowen and Pekka. Convery shoots. Pekka flying up there after the loose puck. Gets it back to the net. Bowen and Convery. Here's Bowen. He's got Pekka in front. Tried to get it to him. Pekka knocks it down. Bowen scoring in there after the puck. He's given a bump along the boards and taken out of the play. And a penalty coming up. And it's going to be a roughing call. By the looks of it, it will go against Sweden. And that is exactly what will happen. Bowen stepping up there and hitting his man. And on the retaliation, a penalty call.
Right now, everything is going Canada's way. Right there, Curtis Bowen takes a tough hit. That's not the penalty. But right after that, you'll see a glove come up in the face of Curtis Bowen, and that's where the rough, there's the good hit. And there, right there, you see the glove go up underneath. Lundberg, number 3, gets his glove up underneath the face mask. By North American standards, that's a pretty weak call. A minute and 8 seconds left in the period. Canada goes to the power play. And an opportunity to make this a 3-goal advantage going to the dressing room for the second intermission. Jason Allison, Yannick Dubé talking. I'm sure you'll see Jason Allison parked off to the side of the net or behind the net and dealing from there. Looking for Dubé in the slot or trying to come out himself.
Bannister. That was Allison dumped there at the line. Bannister clears it in. Allison going for the front of the net. Dubé, Stajduhar keeps it in. Gendron parked in front as well. Dubé. Down to Allison. Allison. Here's Bannister. Dubé steps up, shoots, and that one kind of waffles wide. Bannister moving in. Here's Gendron looking in front. Dubé is there. That's knocked down. Loose at the side now into the corner. Allison's pulled down, and another penalty coming up against Sweden. That is going to go against Kenny Jonsson, their captain, and he just threw his arms in the air saying, what's going on?
Well, one of the reasons he threw his arms in the air was because he had no stick. One of the reasons the penalty called is because he had no stick. Kenny Jonsson lost his stick, and when he went chasing for the puck with Jason Allison, reached out and got him. But some good opportunities here. Yannick Dubé looked as though he had a goal there, but the goaltender Olsen, and there you'll see the hand put on Jason Allison. But a good play by Yannick Dubé to try to get that puck up. When Jason Allison pulled down, and it didn't look like Jonsson touched him very hard. Katie would never dive, would he, Paul?
I don't know. There have been some good ones.
I think Allison lost his balance just a little bit. Fell down, and right now Tommy Toth has to be extremely concerned with the way things are going. The calls are going against him in terms of the penalty. His team is disorganized in its own end. And right now there's just not a lot of spirit or fight on this Swedish team. Still a long way to go. They're very explosive. A 2-goal deficit is nothing for them to overcome, so keep that in mind.
This is Ullin. Has it knocked away from him. Here's Pekka. Pekka waiting. There's a shot. It's blocked. Pekka still jabbing away. It's loose in front. Gendron scores! Martin Gendron on the power play. His second of the game, and Canada's up 5-2.
Well, the puck was lodged in the Swedish defenseman's equipment. Michael Pekka took a shot that was blocked. He drove back in after. Good persistence to try and pull this puck out. Martin Gendron so very dangerous. Here's the shot by Pekka, blocked by the defenseman going down. You'll see it all caught up in his equipment. A good job by Pekka to fight off and get that puck over to Gendron. Gendron doesn't miss from that distance. Good second effort by Pekka on that one. 5-2, and Canada still with a power play for 1 minute and 46 seconds, although there are only 13 seconds left in the second period. A great boost for Canada heading to the dressing room, up by 3, and coming back out at the beginning of the next period for a power play for 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Talking to one of the players in the Finnish national team earlier this week, Gavey trying to drop it in, and he said if the Swedes get down by 2 or 3 goals, they will give up. That was the opinion of one of the Finnish players. Still lots of hockey to go, but we'll see whether or not that quote holds any water in the third period.
A 3-goal explosion for Canada in that second period against the Swedes in 1994. Canada a period away from capturing a second straight World Junior Hockey Championship. We'll be back with the third right after this.